Hello everyone. So this is going to be a summary on the trade I took today on XAUUSD, and I'm going to break down how you can also replicate this for yourself. All right. This is a massive RR I got on XAUUSD today, even though my target is still this high right here, but I'll be looking for more opportunities to add to the position so I can swing to this high. All right. So what I pay attention to is basic two things, which includes number one is directional bias, and then number two, order flow. Now, this is just pure technicals, all right? What I believe in is technicals. You use technicals to know the direction of the market, and then you use fundamental as volume. Let's assume you have technicals, and technicals tells you price is going to buy. Fundamentals will help it have more volumes. All right, that's my concept and idea about the way fundamental interacts with technical analysis. Now, when framing this directional bias, this is the whole structure. Let me draw it out. Now, on the, let's assume on your like monthly time frame or like your weekly time frame, you already have a key zone like this. You have price clearing liquidity, and then you have key zones, right, where you anticipate that price is going to trade into. Can be a fair value gap, all right, can be a fair value gap, can be an order block, but the one I prefer to use mostly is higher probability order block. Another block that has both fair value gap and then another block that has it together. Okay, so those zones are what I just look out for here, and then I call it the POI. Then is at that point that I will consider looking for a possible reversals. I've explained this in the last video. You can go to my X highlight to go and check it out, watch it, and then you would understand better about the this point is when you are done with framing your directional bias, then you can now go into the lower time frame, which is your order flow, to now look for a market structure shift to consider your trade, and then you can swing it to the next liquidity zone, or like probably a next POI that is above, an higher probability order block that is above. So apparently that's how it works. Now let me take you into the charts. If you, as you can see from here, if you go into like the weekly time frame, let's go into the weekly time frame. Price was clearing liquidity. Price cleared one liquidity here. This is second liquidity. This is the third one. This is a POI that first reversed this one. Then price came for this second one. Now this second one, let me show you on or the higher probability order block. All right, so I go into like 4 hours time frame. Let me go back to go and confirm. This is one reason why you need probably a big screen. All right, if you are trading the order flow system, you'd probably need a big screen. So this is an order block, this is an order block, this is an order block, and this is a fair value gap above it. So I just used the opening. But the reason why why I consider this as a trigger, even though it did not trigger this particular zone, was because price, even though I usually use the opening, but price already triggered it, even if it triggers it a little bit. So I just dragged it to the top, but mostly I usually use the opening, but I just dragged it just to confirm if we have a trigger. Can you see, guys? This is a trigger. So this is a trigger for us to look for market structure shift. So all I do is now go into my 15 minutes time frame. I go into my 5 minutes time frame to confirm my market structure shift. So this, let's assume this is a trigger. All right, this automatically turns to my market structure shift. All right, all I have to do is wait and go back into my higher time frame, look for an higher probability order block again as my entry. All right, after the trigger, all right, I just go into 4 hours, check 3 hours. If I'll find this is an higher probability order block, if you are a very good swing trader, you can actually use this as an entry, and then you can buy from there, all right, or go into 2 hours. You can, you want to like check this system, check how it works, and then you will get it better. So this is also another one. So what I did here was, when I had this confirmation that price is going to react into this zone, and then probably take a buy. If you are like a swing trader, okay, this could have been a very good entry for you. All right, this could have been a very good entry for you, and then you could have swing to this, probably this high, and catch maybe probably 1:3, 1:4, like 1:5, and you'll be good for the day. And also, now when you ask me how the order flow works, this is how I was able to use order flow to catch this particular entry. Logically, I know that price is going to react back into this higher probability order block here for a continuation. So all I did was wait for a confirmation. Logically, I was supposed to, like, this was supposed to be my invalidation, but using this concept, all right, where you confirm your higher probability order block and then wait for a market structure shift to happen, this is exactly how you go about it. Now at this point, I was just waiting for, using the order flow concept, I was just waiting for an invalidation. So price was clearing lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. So this was like my invalidation point. I haven't saved this chart before. I think I'll share it on the Telegram channel. So this was my invalidation point. This was my invalidation. No, this was my invalidation point. This was my invalidation high. This was my invalidation high. Like, for an example, this is how order flow works. Let me explain a little bit about order flows. Now let's assume you are buying the market. Let's assume you are buying the market. My pen is dead. My stylus pen is dead. Let's assume you are buying using order flow, and then price takes your buys out, means price is ready to start selling. If you are selling and price takes your invalidates your sell order, means price is ready to start buying. So in this system, let's assume you had the POI and then you started buying, and price now invalidates your buy, means price is ready to react a little bit for a sell or probably continue. All right, sometimes it happens like that. So you want to be able to identify how the order flow works. I've recorded a very detailed trade and videos on my highlights. Just go to the X highlight and you'll see everything there. I will catch you guys on the next one. So this is what I'll be doing now. I will be swinging this particular trade. I'm still hoping it gets to this high. All right, and I'm still hoping I'll be able to add one more entries using the pyramid system to be able to swing to this target. All right, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.